This is a read aloud about baby birds and how they grow. I see some ducklings on the front of that. I think. Look at all the different kinds of eggs there are. There's a chicken egg, ostrich egg, robin, flamingo egg is kind of long and skinny, penguin, and a teeny little hummingbird egg. There is Mama Ostrich with her babies. Look, an eggshell is cracking. A chicken is ready to hatch. With a special tooth on its beak, the tiny chick turns around, chipping at its shell. Cheep, cheep, it cries. After several hours, it pushes apart its shell and wiggles out. The chick is tired. It must rest and dry out. When it is a day old, it looks very different. The fuzzy chick can run about and feed itself, but for a while, it stays close to its mother. Look at that. That's what it looks like a day later. Look how dry and fluffy he is. It looks like a mother bird is putting some food in its baby's mouth. I wonder if that's the daddy. Birds live everywhere. If you look up in the trees, around you on the ground, and out in the water, you will see many different kinds of birds. At first, many young birds are helpless. Their parents must keep them warm and ensure they have enough food. Cheeping loudly, a baby warbler opens its beak wide. The parent drops food into its mouth. A hungry baby pelican reaches into the pouch inside its parent's bill. There, the adult pelican holds some food for the baby. Often, adult birds must protect their babies. A bird called a western grebe looks as if it might be wearing a black hat. While the mother swims about, the baby grebe stays safe and snug just under her wing. A gull shades its young from the hot sun with its long tail. A tern warns another gull to keep away from their chick by flapping their wings and screeching. Get away from my baby! Look at that. Soon after hatching, certain kinds of birds can almost take care of themselves. Baby geese, called goslings, follow their parents to the water. They can already swim. The baby swan knows how to clean its feathers. The baby killdeer feeds themselves. Still, the mother is sure to be nearby. See the bird peeking out of the leaves there? Peekaboo! A ruffed grouse chick is hiding among some leaves. The grouse often lives near forests where it builds its nest on the ground. The baby grouse leaves the nest soon after hatching. At first it cannot fly, but the colors of its feathers blend with the leaves and help it protect it. If an enemy comes near, the tiny bird stays very still. Then it is hard to see. A red-tailed hawk flaps its wings as it walks about on its nest. Soft, fluffy feathers called down cover the bird. Later, mature feathers will develop. An owl stretches its wings. Can you see the long feathers on the owl's wings? They are called flight feathers. Birds need such feathers to be able to fly. A wood duck rapidly beats its wings. Birds must have strong muscles to move their wings. When their muscles are strong enough and their feathers are long enough, the young birds will fly. Right now, they don't have those big feathers, do they? The flying feathers. This robin is too young to fly. It stands on its nest and flaps its wings. In only 3 weeks, it flutters toward the ground on one of its first flights. A week later, it can fly in any direction. There it goes. Baby geese hatch in nests on the ground. They learn to fly by running and flapping their wings. Soon these gooselings will be able to take off. By flying, birds can find food and escape from enemies. What helps birds to fly? Feathers do. Birds are the only animals that have feathers. Some birds cannot fly. Ostriches are the world's largest birds. They can run faster than most other animals, but they do not fly. A penguin uses its wings as flippers to swim. The kiwi cannot fly either. It nests in the ground and comes out at night. Spring is mating time for most birds. A male and a female grebe dance through the water to attract each other, calling loudly. To find a mate, a male sparrow sings and sings. A tern offers his mate a tasty fish. Together they will look for a place to build their nest and start their family. Birds build nests in many different places. A stork has made its huge nest on top of a chimney. Unlike most other birds, the stork returns to the same home every year. Look carefully at this wren's nest. He has used string. Is there string there? A goose lines her nest on the ground with down. These soft feathers from her body will make it comfortable and keep her eggs warm. Nests are made of many things that birds find, but all nests are places for birds to care for their young. Cliff swallows live in large groups called colonies. Sometimes they make their round homes under the roofs of buildings or under cliffs. Back and forth the swallow flies, gathering mud. With its mouth, it rolls the mud into tiny balls and sticks row after row together. Where Adelie penguins live, they have only stones to make into building nests. Then the female lays 1 or 2 eggs in it. When the chick hatch, both parents take care of them. A bird called the limpkin stands on its nest floating on the water in a marsh. It made the nest of plants that grow here. Above the water, the limpkin's nests are safe from many enemies. The male weaver bird works hard weaving a nest of grass to attract a mate. The female looks over the finished nest carefully. If she does not like it, the male tears it apart and starts over. Well, well, I love that. Look at these pink flamingos. Can you imagine the color? Birds' eggs need special care. A flamingo gently turns her egg. A tern warms speckled eggs in a nest on the ground. The king penguin does not build a nest. Instead, the egg is kept on top of the parent's feet under a fold of skin. Here it is protected until it hatches. Once the baby birds hatch, the parents are very busy. Cardinals beg for their mother as she watches over them. Baby birds eat and eat. These hummingbirds are almost as large as their parents, but they must still be cared for. Hungry flickers poke their heads out for more food. Their parents keep them safe in their home in a tree hole. Goslings stay between their parents as they paddle across a lake. Like all baby birds, they will grow up quickly. Someday they will have families of their own for them to raise. Aren't you glad you can find birds living all around you? The end.